shit. All the different towns with the aimless, all the different frowns with the same gifts, on the same ground with the same piss. All you hear the preachers talking with the same lips, all the brothers in the side looking famous, all the guys getting high with the same hip. How we ever gonna rise or change this, or face this, when I lead us?
What up, what up, what up? What up, family? How you guys doing? Let me go ahead and check my voice. We're about to go in. We finna get into some pretty good stuff today. Okay, so it seems like everything is okay. Yeah, so here we are again in Elite News. Welcome to your Elite News. Again, this is news from an elitist point of view. This is not your ordinary everyday news that you're used to, where you have a bunch of clowns clowning around, presenting and promoting pedophiles and This is not your news, what you used to, that your grandma watch when you go over her house. This is not that. This is not your everyday internet news where we find some racialized content and we run with it as fast as we can and as far as we can and as much as we can. So it's nothing like what you're used to. This is news from an elitist point of view. Sometimes we are very harsh, and sometimes we have to make decisions that the ordinary, everyday person in this country could not and would not and dare not to do. Now, so I want to thank Copper Color first in the building. Let me go ahead and see who we got in the chat. The family. We got Jay Indigenous in the building. Nonetheless, what up? Nonetheless in the building. Another Cyborg. We got Durant in the building. Durant, I got your information. I've been, you know, we've been super busy. The people who's been signing up, we will be contacting you. The people who's waiting on their membership cards, we're waiting for more people to apply for their membership cards, because we have more members and we only have a certain group of people that's applying for the cards. And so if you're waiting on your cards, it's because we don't want to have to send them out one card at a time. We want to try to send them out at bulk. And you know, there are still legal things we need to put in place before we get jump started anyway. So there's no rush to get your cards. We haven't forgot about everything. Every single thing is documented. There are certain receipts you haven't received yet. Believe me, you will be getting your receipts for the things you have, you have ownership of. You will be receiving that. So every single thing is documented, as far as the videos, and every single process is documented. So don't think we forgot, because we're moving, we're moving a little slow, and the memberships, are keeping us more busy than expected, and so we're getting ready. So I want to thank you for your patience, and we want to thank for everybody that's been supporting, and we want people to keep supporting. Now, everybody know what we is Elite News, and I am your host, Ty Data, the Cyborg, Tyron Vital, coming live from Beijing, China, Peking University. So, in front of a live studio audience, 2 toddlers and a teddy bear. Bow. Here we go. So who else we got up in there? We got Nut Ra up in there, Ron Redbird up in this piece. So yeah, we're about to get it in. Now, this video is about we got No Sellout. What up, No Sellout, in this piece? So we're about to get it in very heavy today, and I'm gonna go in very thorough today, because I feel the need that it's time so people to actually understand, and for some of the people who ain't getting the hints and getting the little messages that we're sending to you, I guess the only way we're gonna have to get our point across to our people is we have to be able to tell them every damn thing. And so we cannot be elite if we have to tell everything. We have to be able to hold and keep some things back. But for some reason, our people are not getting the signals, and they're not getting the messages and the overall point and the goals that we're trying to do. What up? We got Chief Ether in the building. We got Bones in the building. What's up, everybody? We finna get it in. So what we're doing over here, because we're working, we're busy working. We don't have as much time to clown around, because we actually have work to do in the background. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to get our community online. Now, in order to get our community online, what this means is that we will have our own cable companies. We will have our own radio waves. So we would not need FM, AM, or any M that they have. We will have our own. We will have our own telephone towers as well. So we will also have our own phone towers as well. We will also have our own internet service as well. We will have our own walkie-talkie and CB airways. Everything that we do not have, it will all belong to us, and we are doing this from scratch. You understand what I'm saying? Now, this is very important. We got Barking Wolf in the building. Yeah, that is Barking Wolf. Yeah, it looks like breaking, but there's no E. I got you. Yes, our own. Yes, having our own communications online. We would have all that. We would have all that. So this is what we've been talking about, putting in place. But in front of putting it in place, we've been trying to entertain you while giving you this information. But it seems like many of the people, now there are certain people that hear something and they like, oh, okay, these guys are not normal, and they're right on it. But there are certain people they're watching, and they're watching for entertaining purposes only. Now, yes, we are entertainment, keeping in mind we one of the entertaining groups, and I'm talking about funny and things like that. We do that because laughter is healing, and it causes relationships. Laughter is something that actually causes, can get you closer and can get a relationship with someone through laughter. So laughter is very powerful versus just ordinary drama entertaining. It can be powerful as well, but it don't really make relationships, and it's not healing like laughter. And so what this means is that would be a manufacturing boom. I'm talking about an explosion just by one industry. So one industry piggybacks off of another industry. For example, this is an example. For a person who makes for a company that make pans, okay, they have to buy the cotton. So now there's a cotton industry. Then they have to cut the pans. So now there's a cutting pans industry. And then they have to get the zipper. So now there's a zipper industry. And then they have to sew it together. So now there's a sewing industry. And just by making pants, you there just cause 5 industries. I actually didn't count it. I hope it's 5 because I just said 5. But did anybody count that? Did anybody count that? But I just said 5, okay? Something told me to say 5, so I think I'm right. But actually, I didn't calculate that. It's a little early for me. But anyway, so about 5 different industries. And so by us just starting one industry, by default, all of the industries and surrounding them will be needed. Now, a lot of people don't understand this type of process because we are not used to doing things as a whole community. From time to time again, from the time we rose up from the ground or came over here or whatever your philosophy, how we got here, we always did things in pockets. It was always a pocket of group that did something spectacular over here in this state, and there was a pocket of groups, a pocket of people did something good over here, and it's always these pockets of people. But by us going online, we now can do it as a whole, not just a pocket of West Coast or East Coast or down south guys and these guys. The whole goal is to have us connected, have our communities online. So we are one of the only group of people that's not online. We don't have our own. And so now this is what we offer. Now, I hear a lot of people asking, what is the solution? But that question is a misrepresented question because we have multiple problems. So there is no one solution that's going to solve multiple problems. So that person who just asked that question is very misinformed of the situation that they're in. We have drug problems, we have education problems, we have child molestation problems as well. I mean, you know that, we have financial problems, we have relationship problems. There's multiple problems that we have. So if you're gonna ask for a solution, you're gonna have to say what problem you want a solution for. So I'm not just gonna come up to you and say, hey man, what's the solution? My question is gonna be from what problem? What problem? Because each problem that we have has a special, unique solution that goes along with it. And many of our people, for some reason, we can't grasp that concept and can't grasp that formula. We still believe in one solution for all problems. And this is almost practically impossible. So we tackled on this problem, and this is the solution, and I'm going to reveal this solution, and I'm going to get very thorough today, and I'm going to cut it out straight for you. And if you don't understand it by today, then please unsubscribe. You're not fit for our community. Now I'm going to get real juicy today, because obviously the hints that we've been throwing out, no one gets them. Peace. We got some new people in the building. We got Sword of Truth. We got Chief Yoyaminya. We're going to be hitting you soon. We got the Operation Mr. Think Tank in the building. Mr. Thompson, TMH Global International LLC. Don't forget that international on there, y'all. So all that TMH stuff, y'all gotta put that international to, you gotta complete the brother. You know what I'm saying? Don't sell them short. Make sure you put that international on there so we can get the real deal. AKA Mr. Think Tank, right there. But so yeah. So we got you. We have to get the think tank, because when we call you, we want to have our things in order. We don't just want to jump on an opportunity and just because it's open up. We're not opportunists. We don't just jump on any opportunity and then just go off the floor. We have to make strategic decisions of how we're going to be able to help you in the best possible way that we can help you. Okay? Now understand how powerful this is, that we're going to be able to get our people online, and this is the solution that we offer. Now anybody else that have a solution, it is best that you carry out your solution, so that way somewhere we will meet in the future and we can help advance each other. But if you have a solution and you want us to tackle that solution and curve over, then what you need to do is you need to be in charge of that solution and while simultaneously helping us and have us help you. But there's no way we're going to curve over and get to doing all this other stuff. We have it and I'm finna lay it down, and this is how it's gonna go. Now, so the benefits of getting our people online, because this is what we do here. We have problems in our community. We try to solve them. We're not here to just, shucking and do all this weird little, entertaining stuff. We're actually here for a purpose. Now, let's look at the benefits of getting online before we break down the process of how it's going to go down. Now, some of the benefits of going online. Now, I myself invented a new form of communications, and so therefore we will then own this new form of communications, and with this new form of communications comes new devices. So our phones will no longer use the same devices, because only the devices that we allow can go, unless you get a converter. Unless you got a car radio, and then you only pick up AM and FM, then you're not going to be able to pick up what I invented with that radio that you have. So you're going to have to can that old radio, car radio, and you're going to have to get a new car radio. Or the car industry is going to have to start buying our devices if they want to be up to date, to be able to get our raw music, our raw entertainment, and everything we have to offer. They're going to have to buy our devices. Otherwise, they're going to be stuck on raggedy ass AM and FM. When you go to a tunnel, the shit don't even work barely, and the shit sounds so distorted. But ours and what I invented, oh my God, woo, I just had a baby, man. This is what I do. So therefore, that's one of the effects that's going to have to take place. Now, also this called, not also for new devices, it's also called for new. We also be able to have our own cable, so it will be on our network and online with us. So therefore, we have our own cable, we have our own internet, and we have our own communication system from where we can communicate. There's no way in hell that there's no way in hell that we can call ourselves community when we don't even know what's going on in Florida. The only way we know what's going on in Florida is that we have to wait on CNN and Fox News, or some messed up thing that's on the on our Facebook feed or on our YouTube feed that is very hard to believe. With the technology we have, I can have a spaceship fly right behind me right now, and I can fake it like it's real, and I can get up and scream, and people will be like, "Oh, it's a spaceship," and most people be like, "Data dumb. Don't believe that shit." So it's very hard to it's very hard for some people to understand what's about to take place and what we are doing. Now, not only with our own information database, we will be able then to be able to store our own information. So your favorite sports team will no longer, when Google will not be able to get that information. Your where you spend on, do your online shopping. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying, we do have a solution for that, but what you Google and what you look up, those things will now belong to us, and we will begin to be able to see our community in the data form, and not the person on person and the news media form. We need to be able to look at our community in code, a code vision of our community. We don't have that, and most people out there can't even envision that. But that's how they see us. They see us in code, and we see ourselves from what is on TV. A killing in Florida, some guy and some fucking pedophile that's on TV, and all this shit. That's how we see ourselves. But for the first time ever, we will be able to have the raw data of our community, and that is the ground basis of fixing our community, because now we can know, now we will be able to understand how to implement the solutions and where to implement them. Now, here I am, Beijing, China, Peking College, Peking University. And so a lot of people don't understand that, and a lot of people are not getting the hints, the clues, the breadcrumbs I'm leaving behind, because they're not elite. You need to understand, when you're dealing with the elite group of people, we rarely come out and tell exactly what we're doing. But many of us is so fucking egotistical, we can't help but to tell you, but we're not going to tell you straight out. Most of the time, we're going to have some weird little funny little subliminal way to get it out to you, hoping you will pick up on it and be able to wash off the bullshit. Like finding a diamond that's in a big dome, and you clean off the dome and there's a diamond in there. You see? And so most people can't clean off the dome, and they can't clean off the funniness and the clowning and see what we're doing in the inside. It's very difficult for our people to do this. And this is very dangerous for us, because now we literally have to tell you, like, hand by hand, what the hell we're doing. And that goes against the elite. That goes against everything about being a fucking elite. But that's the only way people can get it. So now we stuck clowning around with diamonds in the middle, or being straight the fuck up and saying this is how it's going down. But today, I'm going to tell you how the shit's going down. Okay? Now, first thing you need to understand is that how we're going to be able to implement these. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about what we're doing here and what we're doing. Okay? And what we are doing. I'm not talking about I am not talking about you know, in the future. I'm talking about like right now. And so, first thing, everybody knows me. I'm Tyron Vital. Everybody knows that. And so, what I want you to understand is my relationship with my city. I never talk about that. And there's a reason why I never talk about the relationship I have with my city, is because I am not trying to convince you that I am worthy, or I am not trying to convince you. Everything needs to be done authentically, without hardcore manipulation influence. Now, but today I'm going to talk about myself and my influence and my relationship with my city, and how this all works and implement into our community. Now, first thing we're going to do, we're going to go over here to our newspaper. We call it Star Tribune. Anybody can look it up. It's Minneapolis Star Tribune, or you can just go to startribune.com. And you can go to the search and you can type in Latricia Vital. This is my sister. Latrisha Vetaw. And just press search. Okay? Now, when it comes to Latricia Vital, understand we have the groundwork already laid for our towers through the Lakeisha network. Now, it just so happened my sister's name is part of the Lakeisha network. That's where the L come in. I have another sister named Keisha. Her name is actually Makisha. So I took the M off of Keisha and put the L on the Keisha, and that's where you have Lakeisha's network. She is one of our main constituents, and she is one of our front runners of the Lakeisha network. Now, I am her little brother, and we are very different, and I stress the fact that we are different as hell. But we're going to get into that later. And so, first thing you begin to understand is that in my city, we use the Lakeisha network to help get her elected in a public city-wide election. She beat out the Democrats in the Democratic machine. She shredded the Republican and the Republican machine. And all independents couldn't stand a chance, and even the incumbent who held the seat, her family held that seat for generations. The incumbent lady, I think she took over from her father or something like that. They held that seat for a long time in their family, until they met the Vitals. Now, the Lakeisha net, how we use the Lakeisha network is what we did is all the customers and all the information we shredded through the and before I get back into that, I'm going to bounce back and I'm going to talk about myself first. Now, everyone in my city knows me as Data Dogs Communications. Now, I currently operate Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. I have my own store. I'm a 100% owner. I have also Hue Communications. I am 100% owner. And this is in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. That's Hue Communications, HUCOMM, Communications. And then you have Data Dogs Communication LLC. You can just look it up. You can just Google it. You'll see the name Tyron Vital. It's no big deal. Everybody who's in the back chat and who has a relationship with me knows this. Now, then you have at the Monktown Flea Market. That's 217 Como, Monktown Flea Market. I am not a 100% owner there, but you can check that out. Then you can go to South Minneapolis, Next Level Wireless. That's off Lake and Bloomington, inside of I think it's Gloria's, right across the street from the Mexican grocery store. Okay, now I currently have a network of business owners that I do business with. We have Laura Imports in the Hmong Village. I believe that's 21 Street Johnson Parkway in the Hmong Village, suite, I think it's 32. It's like a mall. And then right across from him we have Juliet, My Mobile. I network with her. She's in the same building. She's right across the hall from him. They're literally right across from each other. And then we have Mobile Solutions in Brooklyn Park. It's right next to Target. It's a karate school over there, and then there's a UPS over there. He's right in the middle. It's called Mobile Solutions. Then we even have Cup Foods. We network with Cup Foods. Now, Cup Foods is one of the biggest stores when it comes to mobile devices in the community. It's called Cup, C-U-P Foods. That's South Minneapolis, 35th in Chicago. Then we also have Anytime Wireless. That's Jer Vang. Jer Vang has been on a couple videos because he's one of the members of the 5,000 Leaders as well. Now, many of these people donated to the Lakeisha app, and even some of them offer to pay the whole thing and just say, hey man, I give you the whole thing. That's pretty cool. I give you what you need. And I said it's okay because we need our people involved. We need to do this for ourselves. We don't need no outside money like that, because that would taint everything. Oh man, a guy from Pakistan bought the Lakeisha network, and this guy's a Muslim on the low, and all this, and I can see the commotion now. So I declined the offer, and I took a slight donation. And this is how this is some of the bulk of the Lakeisha app's money, how we got the Lakeisha app. Not to mention you guys, many of you guys wasn't there, but when we're talking about Doug, and I believe James Flames laid down a couple dollars, and we had a couple people in the community. We had one guy lay down like $300. This guy don't never pick up his phone. You know who you are. This guy put out like $300. First time he put like $200, then he put like $300. He's donating to the Lakeisha network, and the guy's a member of the 5,000 Elite, but I can never get a hold of him. He don't answer his phone. He don't answer emails. I don't know what happened to the guy. I don't know what happened to the guy. But we're going to keep working at him. And if you're out there, buddy, come forth, man. We came a long way. We came a long way. We're here. Sorry, you guys, I can't see the chat, but let me actually go back to the chat. Okay. And so we actually came a long way. And so we also have Z at Platinum Staffing. He used to be in Brooklyn Park, but I believe he's still in Brooklyn Park. It's called Platinum Staffing. He owns a temp service. So therefore, if you are in the Minnesota area, in the Minneapolis area, I can get you a job just like that. I can literally get you a job. And because of my POS system that I invented, Z is able to let me get paid off giving you a job. So I can literally get you a job and I can get paid a quarter every hour you work. And if my machine is in your store and someone comes in and they want a job, you will literally be able to sign them up and give them a job. And you will make 25, 35 cents like every hour they work or something like that. So this is a network that I myself had constructed. And this is why I take fun of networking with business people, because it is our job. Because our stores are in their communities. This might be my store, but well, guess what? It's their community. So if you can't do nothing for the community, then your store should not be in their community. And so I myself formed this network and this group of businessmen and women. We don't have a name or anything. They all these people, they know me as either Ty or Data Dogs Communications. And one of the goals of mine is that I want to be able to supply each and every last one of them with every single thing they need. They would never have to spend no money anywhere else outside of me. That's a goal. That's a personal goal of mine. Not you guys's. That has nothing to do with you guys. That's a personal goal of mine. Is all the phone stores in the community and all the, temp services and little knickknacks that you get, and you got all, the toys, the drones, and all the type of things that they buy. I would like for them to buy it all from me. And this is one of my personal goals. And this has nothing to do with the community, or this has nothing to do with the 5,000 elite. And so that's me, and that's what I do for my community. Now let's get bigger. Now we're gonna keep it domestic, and then we're gonna go international. So stick around for a couple minutes. Now let's go back to Latricia Vital, which is, I call her my younger sister, middle child. So I usually call her my younger sister, but she is my younger sister, but she's still older than me, because I have a sister that's older than her. So it's a little confusing, maybe some weird cyborg shit that I understand, but this is my little sister. Now, first thing comes up, Minneapolis Park Board, jobs, blah 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 blah. And the second thing comes up, you can see Minneapolis Park Board to learn this week if the panel recommends pay raises. So now we're implementing pay raises for the park employees. That's what she's shooting for. As you can see, she's the commissioner. Then you can see down there, Minneapolis represents, help pick up the next park board, and you can go back there's lots of articles on her. She's in the newspaper many times. She's in the news many times. So those of you guys think I'm out there to try to scam the community, you need to understand one thing, family. You need to understand who I am first. You see what I'm saying? Now I know there's no 100% proof and all this, and anybody can do this. I understand that, but you have to at least understand me and who I am first. Like really? Like really? I mean, you're gonna literally put me in the same boat as the pedophile channel that has all the scams and all the scandals? You really wanna connect them to me? Do I really give off any of that energy to you? Do I really look like I belong in the middle of a clustered ass, violent ass city on a fucking street corner selling peanut butter and fucking pamphlets and shit? Do you really think I'm that type? Well, Yeah. No, you'll never catch me selling no peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or no shit like that on a clustered ass city on some bullshit like that. I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather kill my goddamn self. Let's keep it real. Now, as you can see, Tobacco Foes says menthols isn't cool, anything but cool. So what she had did, and this is before she was the commissioner, she had got some of the tobacco products kicked out the stores in our city. So therefore, you cannot go to a gas station or you cannot go to a corner store and buy certain type of cigarettes. You have to go to a specific tobacco store. And even to get in the tobacco store, they ask you to show ID just to get in there. So that's helped to cut down, and she beat the tobacco industry at their own game. And yes, we did this. Now, keep in mind that this is my little sister, and this has nothing to do with me, except her election. Because what we did to help her get elected, not only did I go out in the cold and door hang, I also used the Lakeisha Network to send out message blasts reminding people who to vote for, and also having a call center where people can call so they can find out where the closest place they can go vote. Nobody calls, but we had it on deck. And so we helped to boost her numbers. And she crashed the Democratic machine like stepping on a can. And she twisted and pulled and yanked apart the Republicans' machine that they have. And in the independents campaigners, we just walked all over them. And even the incumbent who was there and her family held that seat. Now, some of the things we also did to her, she has a heavy online presence. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of the things that I constructed for her, specifically for her. Now, her campaign was so smooth and came off so dope that people would have thought she was part of the... People probably thought she was part of one of the machines or part of the part of the Illuminati, because her campaign was ran so smooth. Now, let me see if I can pull up some of the video intros. Now, what we did also in the Lakeisha Network, we made her some video intros. Now, these video intros is very nice, and she was the only person running who had a video intro, and the video intro, and a lot of people was impressed. All they did was have all the typical campaign things, but she had Data Dolls Communication. Her brother is fucking Ty Data. Okay, so just think about it. Think about it. She's running for a seat, and her fucking brother is Ty Data. Wow. Think about that for a second. So this is some of the things that I did for her. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of it pulled up, but I believe I have it on my phone, so I might have to just show you on my phone, because I forgot about this part to have it pulled up. Let me see if I can quickly pull it up on a Facebook and show you guys. Sorry about that. I can't see the chat, so give me a second and I'll show you. I'll show you some of the things, the online presence, and the things that I did for her to help boost her campaign. And all the other people, the normal politicians, never seen anything like it. They never had a campaign where they was going up against video intros and videos and the Keisha Network and all the internet searching and all the commotion over this Latricia Vital character, and they never seen anything like it. Now, I don't know how y'all do down in y'all city, but up here, they never did it. They never had anything like that. Now, what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to attempt to show you some of the intros and she pretty much didn't have no control over it too much. Well, she did, but not too much, because she was my sister. I was going out of my way. Now, honestly, I didn't really take the campaign seriously. Now, here's her with Jerome Adams, talking to Jerome Adams. Hold on, here's my Facebook page. Let's see if we can go there. I can show you that. Here's my Facebook page, and there's her with Jerome Adams. You guys can check out and see who's Jerome Adams and what he is to America. Just check him out. His name is Jerome Adams. I believe he was some type of general, like in charge of like hub or something like that. And so let me go ahead and get back, and I can show you some presents that we gave to her, because not only did we helping her campaign, is that we helping her career. Now, there's a purpose why I'm telling you all this, because people need to be able to understand and need to be able to understand where I'm going with this. Now, this will be her. This will be her at a park. This would be her at a park.
As a Green Party candidate, go Greens! Yeah. Lots of Greens out here this morning. Annie would have loved that. Becky and I were talking this morning and kind of laughing a little bit that Annie just went on ahead and left us because she needed this to happen. We were taking too long.
Now, keep in mind, all the endorsements that she got could not ignore her online presence. Now, who was somebody that helped her with her? She was even unaware of some of the technology and let me make sure you can. She was even unaware of some of the technology and some of the things that I was doing to help her campaign, because they have a certain way of thinking, and I don't think that way. So, and to be honest with you, I didn't even take the thing that serious until a certain turning point where she called me and asked me for something, and that's when I realized that this is real. And I would have liked to help a lot more, but I have my own things that I need to do. Now, I don't know how far down I have to go to get this, but I want to show you some of the things that I implemented and some of the things and how I helped her. Not to mention, we do have a whole channel dedicated to Lakeisha News. We have that put in place. We have a lot of things put in place, and so but there's a purpose why I'm telling you guys this. Now, keep in mind, this is my sister, and so her views and opinions is not mine, and mine is neither hers. Here go one right here. Here go one of them right here. Now, we have a huge gay community here in Minneapolis as well, and I believe I believe they donated or something. I'm not sure, but I do know that. Hold on one second. So this is me at work. This is me at work. This is your boy Ty Data. Check this out. Here we go. There goes IX. What's up, family? Latricia Vito for Park Board at Large. You see that? You see that? That's your boy. Now, if we scroll down, I can pop these out all day. That was me experimenting. So there was an experiment. Now, this is why all this is where a lot of this stuff, and this is where the rest of the community come in at. A lot of this stuff finna get unfolded, y'all. Sorry I couldn't see the chat, but now we're finna go in. Now, we cut through that with ease. So what's the next move and what's the next step? She's going for a higher seat. Governor, mayor, senate, whatever you want to call it. She's going. And when she go, and when we start, it's going to be a different environment. She's going. Now, I'm not even supposed to tell you this. This is not even supposed to be public. But I know. And she's going to be going for a higher seat. And I am her little brother. Although my views are very different and very separate. If I'm involved in something that is beneficial to the community as a whole, not just one little group of people. If I am involved in something that is forward moving and that is powerful, guess what? She will support it. Nothing illegal or nothing weird or nothing strange or nothing even borderline twisted, but just positive and powerful. She's going to support it. Now, what I am suggesting is that what we're doing, everyone start doing it. I have the template. I have the laws. I have the rules. We are doing here in Minneapolis. Now, I don't know what you're doing and wherever you at, but if you want help, you have a home, and that's here with us, and we can help you move forward. Now, I know the community is riddled with pedophiles and riddled with scams. So a lot of the people say, well, why the hell are he here kicking it and mingling with the pedophiles and the scammers? And that is a good question. Why am I here? Now, this is one of those questions where you have to be very careful and you have to look at what I do and not what I say. Because I can give you the perfect answer each time you ask me a question. And I can do it so well that it will be natural to me. But what I do trumps what I say. So if you ask me that question, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you to check my resume. And you will be able to see what I am doing here versus me coming up with some random ass answer just to look like I'm somebody. Now understand this. She will be going for a higher seat. And me as her little brother is going to be right there with her. And so as long as I can do something positive, and as long as I can do something constructive, and as long as this community can do something positive, as long as this community can do something constructive, we will be right there as well. But with all the gobbledygook and all the bullshit, we have to make sure we cut that off, family. We need to cut it off. We cannot afford to be down there with the pedophiles scrounging around like we're fighting an alligator in some mud, trying to fight for YouTube position, and these guys playing chess and board games and shit. We're real life. Real life. We don't play board games. We don't play games. We do laugh and joke though, but we don't fucking play. Check my resume. Now, understand that you have the pedophiles and you have us. You have the people that want to entertain you and feed your ego, and the black woman's hair is as good as gold and all this raggedy shit. And then you have the people that's trying to do things and are doing things. And we're not talking about no goddamn block party or nothing. We're taking this national to international. Now, let's go ahead before I get out of here. Let's go ahead and go international. And this is where a lot of people don't understand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the outdated Lakeisha app map, and I'm going to show you how this going to works. How this going to work. So let's go ahead. Let's get that started. Now, can you hear me? Where am I? Where am I? Shouldn't I be here? Hold on, let me see if, oh, here I go. Right here. Okay, now you see me. This right here is the outdated Lakeisha app map. Now this is real time. Well, this is actually an outdated version. I cannot show you the updated version because it's for elites, not for pedophiles and shit that looking for something to talk about next week. This is for real. This is not no goddamn joke, family. Trust me when I tell you this. As dumb as hell I feel, but looking in front of a goddamn camera like a weird as hell. Somebody has to do it. And somebody is doing it. And that's us over here. So if you made your choice that you want to have the best label possible, whether it's an Aboriginal or whatever fucking label you want to put on yourself, or Pan-African, you want to have the best label possible, you go ahead and you find the best fucking label you can find to call yourself. Or you can get your ass up and make sure you join the elite with the rest of us. Go through the same process everybody else went through. Because I'm not here forever, fam. I'm not going to be here forever, nigga. I'm not going to be 60, nigga, here. Okay? I'm 38. And I can guarantee you I will not be 40 here. I promise you I will not be 40 here. And I'm 38 right now. So ain't no way in hell I'm going to be 60 on fucking YouTube. It's not going to happen. I won't even be 40 here. And I guarantee and I promise you that. Hell, I'll be honest with you. I won't even be 39 on this motherfucker. I promise you that. So, here we go. So now, this is called data from our community. It's something we're rarely seen with and unfamiliar with, because we let Google and we let the so-called oppressor have all our data, and we really think we're gonna try to do something, try to type of strategy or whatever hell we're gonna do when they have all our data, even our fucking DNA, for these weird ass people giving them the DNA and shit. So now when you walk around and you bump into your goddamn self and get in a fight with your goddamn self and beat up both of y'all, and you gonna be running around like what the fuck, what happened? It's cause your dumbass gave him your DNA. That's what the fuck happened. That's what the fuck happened. But anyway, this is an outdated version, and this is the version, but also it is an earlier version because for some reason down here in Texas we're getting a little deeper down here. Now I believe that's the boy D-Red over there. I'm not sure, but for some reason over here in this little Texas area, I think now D-Red's in Houston and whatever, I think that's Dallas up there, or D-Red in, I'm not sure, but whoever's in Texas, they're not fucking around on the Lakeisha app. You know what I'm saying? They're not fucking around. They take this shit seriously down there in Texas. So shout out to Dallas. Is that Dallas? That's around Dallas. I can't say it's Dallas, but it's around Dallas. Shout out to around Dallas, Texas. They ain't playing down there. Rest of y'all niggas be talking. Now anyway, the first thing you notice is where we all at. We all over in this area. Excuse me, I'm not too familiar with this. I'm not a weather guy. So we're all over smushed in this area over here. Now California is by itself, so we're going to have to figure out some specific solutions for California. And so California it's a lot of things going on in California. So we're going to have to specifically do the things that we're doing in California. Now, you notice we're all over here. Now, keep in mind, this is an outdated version. It gets better. It gets thicker. It gets more thicker. Now, this right here, man, they competing with us, man. Dallas down there. Damn, Dallas up there with us, man. What's going on? They're complete opposites. You see that? They're the opposites. You have Minnesota, and you have the opposite of Minnesota would be Texas. You see that? And we're not fucking playing. Now here we go. Now, as you can see the data, you can see where most of us in the conscious community, or most of us that's aware of the most of our people is. And right there in the dead center, you see Nashville, Tennessee. Now, notice Nashville, Tennessee. It is surrounded. It is literally surrounded by us. You see that circle right there? Nashville, Tennessee is in the dead center. So now when we're talking about doing communications, Nashville, Tennessee is the best place for communications. Now, it's not saying it's not saying that it's the best place to live or it's the best place to have. Far as a communications point of view, that would be our best point. Now, that would be our entry point, is Nashville, Tennessee. Now, everything we are implementing here with Latricia Vito and Ty Data and Data DOS Communications, we're going to need to mimic that here in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, there is a chance that Nashville, Tennessee population and the politics might be a little bit different. So we're going to need to be able to overpopulate, or to be able to give more our people down in Nashville, Tennessee. So we're going to be doing and bringing a lot of jobs and a lot of things to Nashville, Tennessee, because we want to attract all the people from the surrounding areas. We want to attract them there, and that will help us with our population level there. And if we have a good enough population there, by default we can control everything that we're doing up here. We can put it on steroids down here in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, so understand that there will be a boom, a large boom. Now, here over here you have port territory right here. This is all port territory. Now, as you can see over at the pedophile channel, many of them live right there on the ports, but they don't even talk about them. I don't even know if they're aware that they're a port city. Do they even know that? Do they even know New York has a port? Do New Yorkers know that shit? Or do those New Yorkers know that shit? I'm not even sure if they even know. And so if you know what I'm talking about, you will be able to understand what the hell that means and how important these cities are. Now, once we take the model and we attach it to Nashville, we're going to have to start attacking these port cities with the same model. So what we're doing is we're collecting data, you guys, on how to run campaigns and how to run this stuff and how to deal with this stuff. We're collecting data, and so the data shall be implemented in Nashville, Tennessee, and therefore is going to have to be conducted on fucking full-blown steroid infection all over here, at least different spots on the East Coast. Now, this is something we're currently doing. This is not a figment of imagination, or this is not some shit out of a movie. This is what we are currently doing. It just so happened you guys are in the middle of it, and because we're so funny and we're cloaked up in laughs and jokes and all this other shit, you're not even aware that you have been participating in this process. Now, I gotta spell it out for you. Now, so, and that brings us back to our information back at Pecan University. Now, understand before I go in, I'm gonna let you know, because I know there's a lot of people, they're waiting on racialized news, and they're waiting on racialized information, because that's how a lot of people make their money, with racialized news. So many of them would like to take anything we can, and they would try to use the racial overtone and the racial shit to turn people against each other. But before you do that, let me take you a little bit around memory lane before you do that. Now, when we start pumping out this information and we start pumping out these towers, we're going to need some professional help. Okay? Now if we knew how to do this, we'd be doing it already. Do you agree? If we knew how to put up communications towers, we would be doing it. If we knew how to run a proper campaign and smash the shit out the Democrats and the Republicans, we will be doing it, correct? Well, it just so happens we done it. Now, let's keep it moving. Now understand what I'm about to say to you, because we're finna go international now. Now we went from me all the way to the nation. Disregard some of the West Coast, because we need a very special, unique part to deal with the West Coast. Everything is not going to work exactly the same as over here in each state. So each state and each part and each place need its own specialized, unique solution. There is no one solution, because I hear a lot of people, and God bless their heart, they have these solutions for their towns and for their cities, and they need to understand everything is not going to work in every town and every city, because every town and every city have a different population and have a different demographic. So there's no way you're going to implement the same exact thing in every damn city as if like you're just copying and pasting. It's not going to work. Every city and every place has its own unique formula into how to do the things that we're trying to do. But it is very special that you need to have data to start with. So now you have a starting point. You can say, let's try this, and then we say, well, this don't work, but at least we collected the data that says it. So now we have the data that says it, and we can take that data and we can say, oh, well, we have this data, let's try this. And then they say, well, that didn't work either. Well, at least we have the data that says it didn't work, and we take that data and we say, well, let's try this. And that's how that works. So data is very important, because it's ongoing. Even if you failed, even if we tried to do all this shit and we failed, guess what? We still have all the data that says what we did wrong. All the data. We can go back to the drawing board and pick out, oh man, we shouldn't have done that, because it shows here on this board that this was not this. Well, we didn't know that at the time. Well, now we know it now. So that's why data is very important. And so we're about to control our own data, you guys. We're about to control our own data. Now understand what this means and understand what I'm saying. I cannot spell it out any more difference. Now let's go international. And that will bring us to Peking University. Now, upon implementing out these towers and all this information, we're going to need more professional help to overlook and to go through our information and to give us more and better and accurate mathematics, and to oversee. And this what goes to the team over there in Peking University in Beijing, China. Now, this is not to say that we can't do it ourselves, but many of these corporations, they use colleges for information. They will pay a college, and they will say, oh, can you find out, if this or something, and then they have the college to do it. And they have college students, and the college will implement their class, and the corporation will come to them and say, hey, I need a sponge developed. Can you have your students practice and see if anybody can come up with the sponge or some shit. And then here's the data that we're going to give you, and take this data, and we want one of these college members and students to implement this and come up with this sponge or some shit. And so what the college would then do, the college would then change its course, and they would say, oh yeah, we're going to have a such and such a sponge course, and then people will go there and somebody will figure some shit out, and then the information, and then whatever the hell they fill out will be given to the corporation that started that class, and they owned all the information. And so this is what happened in our country a lot. And so you have to understand these colleges plays a very big role with these corporations. Everything has a relationship. And some of these so-called colleges that a lot of these people held so high is some of the same people that gave us the drugs. It's some of the same colleges that invented these diseases. It's some of the same colleges that fucked our community up while at the same time helping us at the same time. So it's a vital bit type of situation. And so that's what brings us to Peking University. Now, Peking University is something like a, how can I put it, like a backup, or like a backup data center. So we ourselves go through our data, and we have our calculations, and we have what we put in perspective. And then we take the information to Peking College, and we have the team that we have over there. We have that team to look at it and to see what they come up with. And so we begin to take their information and compare it with our information, and we expect their information to be a lot more thorough, because this is supposed to be their field. And this is what they're going to college for things like this. So we expect their information to be a lot more thorough. But we also suspect ours to be a lot thorough as well. And so we take the information together and we begin to start building, and we have something very solid that we can build on, that a corporation can be built on. And so I know a lot of people say, well, he working with the Chinese and Peking College, why can't he do a black college, and all this racial ass shit that people like to play on your emotions. And the black woman is, they be killing the black woman with all this bullshit, man. Leave the black woman a goddamn alone, man. She don't need y'all niggas and all y'all extra over exaggerated ass compliments and shit. Nigga, scrub her goddamn floors, nigga. Rub her goddamn feet, nigga. Take care of some of them goddamn kids, nigga. She don't need your buttering ass. She don't need your buttering ass. All these overcomplicated ass bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, she the shit. Nigga, simple as that. Keep it moving. Alright? You don't need, all your extra shit. She knows she the shit. She don't need your punk ass, trying to butter her up. At the same time, you gonna ask her for $20 and shit. Oh yeah, she's this and she's that, and then yeah, baby, let me hold something. You raunchy ass nigga, you gonna ask her for $20, nigga? These niggas kill me. But it's all good though. It's all good. She knows she the shit. She don't need your motherfucking permission, nigga. But let's keep it moving. And so this is how this works. So they will be able to come up with their own formula. We will be able to come up with our formula. And then in the process, we will begin to come up with a formula. Now, a lot of people say, oh, well, man, he working with the Chinese, and this nigga, he's on some racial shit, and whatever racial shit you can come up with. But before you start that, I want you to rewind the time back into the 70s. And I want you to Google your boy, Huey P. Newton, one of the founders of the Black Party, the Black Panther Party. I want you to Google him first before you start talking shit. And you will quickly find out that he actually went over there to China, and he met with Chinese officials, and he also met with the surrounding Asian officials. Now, what they was talking about in that conversation, I'm not sure. But whatever it was, he went over there and he had a conversation with them, and he was trying to get information, get data to help his people. So before you get to cooning us out and doing all this shit, you might want to check him out first. Because whatever you're saying to us, whatever racial bullshit you can come up about us, you're also saying it to him. And he's one of the leaders. He's one of your master teachers. So hold fast with all your bullshit. Now, this is how this works. Now, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to show you some of the information of how a lot of is going to take place. Now, as you can see, I'm going to go back to the map. I'm going to go back to the map. But where is the map? Okay, I'm going to go back to the little map. Hold on one second. Let me see. Got this little outdated. Okay, so we got that date in there. Oh, hold on, okay. So, I'm going to go back to the map. And then, oh yeah, I was already on the map. Give me a second. So we're going to go back to the map and I'm going to begin to show you how this works, this process works. Now, as you can see, Nashville, Tennessee is right there. And so we're going to have to build our own communications towers. And you can see we get to build up, down, left, and right. Now, there's only a certain places in the country where you're allowed to do that, where it be the most bang for its buck. Now, if we have signals pumping out in Nashville, Tennessee, we will be able to pump them out from there to there, from there to there. So Nashville, Tennessee will be like the center. So all information will flow from Nashville and all information will flow to Nashville. So Nashville will be the center, and it pumps the information out, and it incepts the information back in. So therefore, if something happens down here in Miami, the information will flow to Nashville, Tennessee, and Nashville, Tennessee would then be able to pump it out to the rest of the world. Now, some people say, well, why can't, Florida just pump it out? Miami be able to pump it out to the world. Now, we will be having things like that, but we will be having that as well. So Miami will be able to pump it out to the world by itself as well. But Nashville, Tennessee is going to be where the information and the data is stored. Well, I can't say stored, but for the data center. So even though they will be able to pump out the information to the world themselves, but the information is going to have to travel to Nashville so we can have the records and we can have the data of what Florida's pumping out. And so if something happens currently right now in Miami, Florida, none of us will be able to know. It can be like all those massive shootings and all that shit. The only reason we hear about that is because our Facebook feed and on CNN. And so we don't even control that much. And so this is how this works. And so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to build our own towers. And so this is another reason why Peking University comes to play. Now, towers. This is an important reason why the Peking College comes to play as well. Now, with that being said, let me go ahead and let's go back and let's start with some of the communication towers that we're talking about implementing. Let's go. Here we go. Now, as you can see, the communications towers, they look similar to trees. Now, we can also make these communication towers habitable for wildlife. I know many people is used to, big communication towers and metal towers and all this type of stuff. That's what you're used to. But understand, when you're dealing with professional people and it's people that's trying to move it forward while also trying to do the best we can. We don't know everything, but we're moving. Now, to many of you guys with the naked eye, those look like trees to you. But they're not trees. They're actually communication towers. Now we can make them and develop them to be habitable for wildlife. So therefore birds can live in them and things like that, you know. So we can do that as well. Now, but all this need to be implemented, and it needs to be on the right path. Now, as you can see, there's a palm trees tower right there. That's something we've been working on, and that's something that's actually, you know, it's not like it's new or anything. It might be new to you, but it still needs to be up to date, and it needs to be official. Now this is going to be some of our information and some of our technology, because we have to take the current technology that's out and we're going to push the shit to its limits. So the tower that you see is the tower that you see does not mean that it's the exact tower that we're going to be using. Now here's some more towers I want you to take a look at. Now these right here is communications towers, and you can see some of them blend right in, some of them stand out, and some of them you can't really tell the difference. Now so these towers is going to need to be up to date. They're going to need to be more information. Somebody said, how much is those towers? I got the invoice in my email, but we're going to have to rebuild these towers. We're not going to use these exact towers. We're going to have to take these towers and we're going to have to make it more efficient. We're going to put these motherfuckers on steroids. So keep that in mind. And we're going to be manufacturing these. We're going to be making these in Nashville, Tennessee, you guys. We are the real motherfucking elite when it comes to this shit, you guys. We're not playing, okay? I understand many of you guys need your daily pedophile fix over there at the pedophile station, but that's all fan and dandy. That's all cool. But at least some part of you, or some little inch of you, should have a little elite in yourself and can understand what the fuck we about to do and what we are doing. Now we're not going to always come out here and telling you step by step and thing by thing. We're going to be telling you in the mix of joking and laughing and fucking magic tricks and shit. Just wait on your percentage. Every time we have a show, there's going to be 25% of information that's going to be vital that you should be following along. The other 75% is just all covered up, all dancy, floaty, jokey shit. So be prepared. Every time you watch this channel, be prepared to listen to that 25% of information that we're going to be revealing to you. You need to be able to understand and follow us culturally. As we grow, you grow. Now many of the new people, they are way behind and all they see is laughy, jokey, hee hee, ha ha ha. I understand that. That's all they see. But you as a member of the 5,000 Elite, goddammit, you know better. You know this shit. You know what we on. Now, also with that, understand that it's our job to make sure we don't put ourselves in a situation where we think we're doing something good and it will be good for our people, but we're fucking up our planet and we're making our people worse. So this is where the Peking College come in as well, because we need to make sure we're not destroying our goddamn environment. Now, of course, some things going to be destroyed and some things are going to be, you know, overturned. But if we're going to destroy something, we need to figure out a way where we can do it as little, as tiny as possible. We need to make sure that we ain't frying our fucking brains and shit, and we ain't cooking our goddamn livers and shit on these devices. And this is another reason where Peking College come in. Because if we knew how to do this shit, we would be doing it. If you knew the answer of how to do this shit and you're not doing it, then what I want you to do, actually I ain't gonna even say that, then something's wrong with you. If you know how to do all this shit and you're not doing it, then you're worse. You're worse. You are very well worse. Now, on top of that, let me go ahead and get some more information. Now, on top of that, you guys, I'm not done. I'm almost done. So give me 1 second while I find the correct information to show you. While on top of that, what else we're going to be making in Nashville, Tennessee. So understand this. And one of the things that we're also trying to do is we're also looking. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna keep that one. But hold on. Let me find the file that I'm looking for, so that way I can upload it for you and you will be able to see close in hands of what we're talking about. Because we're not only going to be building the towers, I'm talking construction of towers, we're going to be using them. Nashville, Tennessee. So therefore it is very important that you guys follow along and you make sure you support the people that's doing for the community, not the pedophile bullshit that keep going on and circling and circling and circling. That's entertainment, family. We're not entertainers. Okay? And if we is, that ain't nothing but a... And where's that file? Let me see. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm looking for this file. I thought I had it up there, but I must have did something, or I'm not looking correctly. So give me 1 second while you guys look at the tower. Check out, you know what I'm saying? Check out the towers. Understand what we're saying. Understand what we're doing. I can't spell it out for you all the time, every single time, all that damn day. You know what I'm saying? But just every time you watch the show, just make sure you understand 25% of the shit that we're saying is going to be, it's meant to move you forward and meant to move us forward. Every show, there has not and never been a show where we come on here and we say and give you the vital information that you need. Is what we're trying to do, so you can understand. Now keep in mind, the clowns are watching. Now the clowns are watching. But see, you can't out clown some work, can you? You might be able to out clown a clown, but you can't out clown progress, intervention, innovation, ingenuity. You can't out clown that, could you? The only way you can outdo that is if you do it. If you implement it. That's the only way. Now, I found it. Here we go. Now, these right here is called 3D printers. These 3D printers can actually print a structure like a house or a building. We're also going to be maintaining, manufacturing, and making these in Nashville, Tennessee as well. I have the invoice in my email. Many of the people at the 5,000 Elite, I already did this pitch already. We got videos on this already. This is old to many of the people of the 5,000 Elite. This is old. Okay? So we're not interested in buying shit. Okay? if we do buy it, it's because we want to make and manufacture it ourselves. So on top of the towers, we're going to be making and manufacturing 3D printers for the future. Now, the 3D printers that you see, keep in mind, every time I show a product, don't think that you're just going to buy this product, because everything that I show, it will be on steroids. And it will be more better for the environment and more better suitable. So if you think that we're going to find some little company and we're just going to buy this shit, you're thinking like the pedophile channel, fam. That's what you're doing. You're thinking like the pedophile channel. You have to understand that we're not going to be buying this. We're going to be making and manufacturing this suitable for our society. Suitable for our society is very important. You understand? It's very important. Now, that's another thing that we're working on and that we're implementing. Now, I know a lot of people want to stay tuned, check out, because it is Sunday, and everybody know Sunday school short bus shouty will be coming up. Everybody knows that. Now we know that's what everybody want to see. That's what's going on, and we go right ahead. But understand, when you're dealing with us, you're dealing with the motherfucking elite. You're not dealing with a group of fucking pedophiles, or a group of motherfuckers that do rituals and shit. We not on that. I just showed you what we on. So stay tuned for more episodes of Elite News, because we're going to give you the information, and we're going to make sure that you understand. And those of you who are new to us, understand, behind all the ha 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 he bullshit, there is a group of professional businessmen from here internationally that's working and has the best interest of the people. And you can take my words and you can do whatever you want to, but one thing you can never do is undo what I am doing and what I am done. So take the words and play with them, categorize them, and take all the other shit and whatever you want, go right ahead. But you can never undo what we done. And so far, what we done is, as a group of people, we have started our own communications system that's already been implemented. It's the groundwork. It's the pager. We have already constructed the pager. In 2018, we walking around with pagers and shit. I can page you and shit. I can page you. My phone number. I can page everybody in the world right now. You can't, and everybody can't call me back and send me a message back though. Yet. So, with that being said, family, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Y'all know how we leave, and y'all know what we on. It's very important you understand this. So you can go to 5,000 Elite. 5,000 Elite is under construction. And by the way, let me make an announcement. I know what, I'm gonna wait to make this announcement. Actually, I'm gonna wait to make the announcement. I just made that decision. I'm gonna wait. But for the young guys out there, man, we watching, man. We ready for you to step up. We give you everything you need. But stay tuned. We got some more information. Y'all notice some of the last videos that we have did on the Outer Africa theory. Y'all notice. There's no rebuttals. And we got a part 2 coming up as well. We got a part 2. Because I looked at the video and I wasn't thorough enough. I was very general, and I just thought people was on my level and understood as I understood, and I forgot that I'm talking to some of the people are not on that level. They don't fully understand what I'm saying. So we're going to do a part 2 of debunking the Out of Africa theory using source code. I didn't get thorough enough on the code. I just brushed upon that general. So we're going to go deep down into the code, and we're going to debunk it again. And notice, you'll never see a rebuttal video, but you'll see some videos on us laughing and joking though. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here, and I just want to let the people know that it's good to be us. We are in a good position. We are smarter than ever. We are fucking richer than ever. We are clever than ever. We are best than ever. We are beautiful than ever. I mean, we the motherfucking shit. We the shit. So it's good to be us. And don't let all these racial ass tensions and stories and all this bullshit drag you down, make you thinking like I'm a piece of shit, and all black men walking around thinking like, nigga, I want to choke me a white person just to prove it, just to prove some shit. I want to stab a motherfucking eat his heart just to make a statement and prove that I am on the level, and I'm probably, man, don't worry about all that shit. Just join the people that's doing shit. And just be a part of the people that's doing shit. Just go to FatTowselElite.com, get yourself signed up, or start your own shit. We will help you start your own shit. If you don't want shit to do, say, man, I don't want shit to do. I don't know y'all niggas. I want to do this. And say, hey, man, you got any ideas of what we gonna do? We'll help you do that. But we out here, family. And y'all know what we on. Peace.
Watch it take over. All this shit that you see, we gon' make our way to the top. You can trust now, trust and believe. Watch us take over. Yeah, all this shit that you see, we gon' make our way to the top. You can trust, yes, trust and believe. Watch us take over. Yeah, my dad is on a different lane. We find the wins in all the games that they try to play. We held our ground, tell our fans through the private day. My leaders down, knowledge drown, but we find a way. Life was cold, but we made it hot. No matter how it goes, we gon' make it pop. Black is like a gold or a precious rock. So message to my foes, we gon' never stop. Cause all of us ain't ignorant. Learn to light, see the code, you'll see the difference. Cause all of us ain't ignorant. Learn to life, see the code, you'll see the difference. Watch us take over. All this shit that you see, we gon' make our way to the top. You can trust now, trust and believe. Watch us take over. All this shit that you see, we gon' make our way to the top. You can trust now, trust and believe. Watch us take over.
From the land of the street lights where kids get kidnapped. Black man murdered through a white man's dispatch. But my aggression overcomes the oppression, and the fact that I can speak is my deadliest weapon. Look, this for the ghetto, shit that only VC. They take us out the streets and stash us in the OBCC. Now these shell tops slowly walk the cell block. I swear this shit can get funkier than stale socks. So I learned to be humble in this jungle. Keep some pads in my step, cause if I stumble, shit can crumble. The cops keep killing all our soldiers, trying to control the population, cause they know one day
Watch us take over.
Yeah, yeah.
All this shit that you see, we gon' make our way to the top. You can trust now, trust and believe. Watch us take over. All this shit that you see, we gon' make our way to the top. You can trust now, trust and believe. Watch us take over. All this shit that you see, we gon' make our way to the top. You can trust now, trust and believe. Watch us take over. All this shit that you see, we gon' make our way to the top. You can trust now, trust and believe. Watch us take over.